Good morning, traders, and this is your Dow Jones day trade setup for today. So, Thanksgiving holidays are over, and we can probably get back to some half decent trading. So, before we start off with the charts, let's just have a quick look at the small accounts where we are. So, week started off pretty well last week. Had a bit of a wobble on Thursday, and then on Wednesday, then another bigger wobble on Thursday, trying to trade during the holidays, at which point I said, no, enough of that. Let's get out of it and stay away from it until Monday. Anyway, the month ended up with a 28% return. Not too bad, considering the sideways motion of most of the markets. And for this week, we are targeting 1,400. And today's target is 277 with a risk of 185. You can see how risk is increasing for 185 from where we started, which was 140. Okay, it basically just means I can put more trades on for more positions on. It just increases my exposure, but also increases my reward. Anyway, starting off on the monthly, we do have some warning bells on the monthly here. You can see how we've got diversions, price going up, awesome oscillator moving down. So there is quite a little bit of not quite a little bit, but there is a lot of warning bells that are going off at the moment. But the trend is up, and we trade with the trend. Okay, this is a massive triangle pattern at the moment, and it's been over 2 years. So I'm kind of not really willing to call much more of an upside move, but this is where a lot of people get it wrong, and they look at structure like this and they say we should be short. And the thing is, this could continue just grinding to the upside for the next 2 years, before actually turning around, because the pattern is on such a high time frame. Okay, so for me, it's just better to take it one day at a time and just keep it in mind of what the bigger picture looks like. So the bigger picture is looking like we are tired. And I just want to put a level on the previous high. And then I think what we also need to do is take cognizance of that. Okay. Let's drill down and see what we have. Yeah, so a couple of things. Through the Thanksgiving holiday, market was trading, but it was fairly light. And so I just want to get these levels drawn in. Okay, so we had a pretty strong move up. We had a bit of consolidation from Wednesday onwards. Okay, which is basically going into the holiday season. You can see no momentum, but if you look at my Williams percentage R, we're in overbought territory already, and we've had this break. So yeah, I'd still say we trade with the trend. The trend is to the upside, but I'm looking for a pullback. Okay, and there are two potentials here. There's one there, and there's one there. And that's our all-time high. So now if we start drilling down the times, see all the time frames, you'll start to see different bits of structure. So we did have a gap here, which is pretty much, we've gapped up and closed it. But now it looks like we are forming some form of consolidation, which I would expect is some kind of a pullback. Not something that I want to be short on. I'd rather wait for it, find its feet, and then get in. So we do have this gap to the downside as well, which could also be a target. And that would put us right back into... I just want to take this there. There we go. Just give it a little bit more structure. It's actually all over the place. You can't really get a decent view of it. But anyway, it's not an exact science, but that definitely was a break. The only thing that's worrying me is that the consolidation was during a holiday period. So Thursday and Friday. You can see down, up, down, up. Okay. So for me, wait for the pullback and then probably look for another long. Ideally, I'd like to see a long off 28.122 to start with. And the other thing is, bear in mind that this was Wednesday's close up here. Not this long bar, that was after hours, but this was Wednesday's close, right where we are at the moment. So you could see another move to the downside. You could see a move to the downside, come and test this break, come and close this gap here, and then get an opportunity to be long. Okay, so I don't want to be long where we are now. I really want to see some kind of a pullback. And the more I'm looking at this on the lower time frames, the more it kind of give me a half hour close below 28.157, and then we are looking for a short there, stop up there. So it's a 30-point stop loss, and first target would definitely be 30 points, 28.123, and second target would be the gap close, which is 70 points away at 28.083. Okay, so that's kind of what we're looking at the moment. And if I take from a Bill Williams theory, if a break below 28.157 would kind of trigger a short. It's not, I'd prefer it to be a bit lower down, so that the break is below the teeth, which is the red line here. At this stage, a break will be below the teeth, but only just. Okay, and yeah, I don't really trust what I see. So for me anyway, it's a waiting game. Wait for the pullback, wait for the structure to form to the downside, and then take the trade. And I think, the European Open will give us some direction, but I think the US Open later is what we should actually be looking for. Okay. In other words, I'm kind of sitting my hands on the Dax on the DOW, well, Dax as well. But I'm going to sit on my hands on this one until pretty much well into the European session to see what's going on. Okay, so let's just have a quick look at the Ichimoku, see if there's anything different here. So for 2 days, we're pretty much above and below the Ichimoku all the time. We've Kijitsu and Tikkenson very far apart. This is telling me we should be looking for a pullback. There's nothing else to read into that. Exact same on the 30 minutes. You can see Kijitsu and Tikkenson together. We've broken up through the cloud quite convincingly, but if you look at the future, there's nothing here. And the hour, exact same scenario. It's bullish, not really a crossover yet. They're together, bearish, confused, so a lot of mixed signals. And then on the 4 hour, we are still bullish. Okay, and I think the critical thing on the 4 hour here is a close above this fractal. So a close above 28.153 should technically trigger sort of Ichimoku traders to trade a long. So they're waiting for this bar to close. And what they'd be doing then is take the entry and their stop would be below the swing low here. Okay, I'm just looking at the oscillators and think, well, not really something that I want to do right now. And yeah, this is flats at the moment, so ranging at the moment, which we can see we have been during the holiday period. I just want to just double check my stochastics here. You see everything is overbought. Okay, the 4 hour not so much. 1 hour is getting there. 30 minutes getting there. 12 minutes there and crossed over and closed below the -20. So yeah, I suspect we're going to get a pullback first, and then probably some structure, and then we should continue to move to the upside. Okay, so that's my play for today. Waiting for a pullback and then looking for that long. Pullback could be in this area here, 28.120, but it could also be all the way down to the gap close. Okay, I think I just want to double check on where the close was. Probably do something like that. Okay, This area here is definitely something that would interest me. 28,125 is an area to get long, but then you've got a fairly big stop. Okay, so 76 point stop. So I would take a pretty small position here, and then wait for the first pullback. First pullback, and this level holds. Then I'd put the rest of my positions in and pull my stop up to whatever the swing low is here. Okay, so that's kind of my take on this, because the gap is going to be a magnet. There is a chance of it closing, and there's also a chance that you get ambushed right here, 28,125. So I'm looking for that pullback and then looking for that long. Okay, there we go. I think that's it for me today. Hope it helps, and I'll catch you later. Cheers for now.